Hey guys, welcome back down under. Not down under the country, but down under Thunder One. And as you can see, I've got everything back together. There's a good shot of the oil fill back on there. I painted it up to match. And let's take a look around here. I just wanted to show you guys around for anybody that's interested. How nice it is. Whoops, don't get turned upside down now. It's all the way along. I touched up the bolts a little bit with some paint. And let's see if we can go back there a little bit. Give you a shot up there. And then I'll roll over this side. Give you a shot on the other side. Ah. At the new oil filters. And I'm very happy with it. Awesome improvement. I had a little bit of trouble with the dipstick connection there. And what was happening was, because the pan went back on in a slightly different position. Let me see if I can get under here square. Hang on just a second. I'll get my headrest going on here so I can get under here square. There's a close-up, which is good. So what was happening was the pan went on in a slightly different position. So this wasn't bolting back on square. So basically I had to just shim it out. Come back a little bit. I had to shim it out right there to bring it out square to where it would hold oil. And I gave her a start up, fired her up, and she sounded beautiful. I mean, just like a sewing machine. So you guys you'll hear it run sometime. We got to get on with the next major item. Now this old horn here, I'm just gonna cut it off, I think, because there's no way of even zip tying it out of the way. It's just, and I doubt that it even works anyway. So I'm just gonna cut it off, because you really don't need a meep meep down here when you got a womp womp up on top. So, you know, you want to at least use the truck horn to let people know that something big is close to them. But you don't want to scare them either, you know. You get some guys that'll just blast on it like it's the end of the earth, you know. And it's not, it's just a minor warning thing. Okay. So let me wiggle on out of here. It's just so pretty. I could lay under here and look at it for an hour. Very cool. Very happy. So I'll wiggle out of down under here, and then we'll go up over and look at the next major thing that we got to get in the works. Yeah. So yesterday, guys, I found out that Australia has the biggest rats in the world. I mean, it was the biggest rat I have ever seen. It wasn't a possum. I know the difference between a possum and a rat. This was just a full-on rat. What happened was I was sitting in the truck there, and I saw something rustling in the grass over there. I was sipping on some coffee there. And then out from behind that old truck canopy there, the biggest rat I ever seen came busting out of there. Let's take a close up because we might as well. He came busting out of that corner there and straight under the truck. I mean, this thing was as big as a damn cat. I'm not sure a cat could have even took it. Probably. You know how fast cats are. But, check out that old tool cart there. We'll talk about that in a few. All right, let's get up and over. You can see I've taken the cover off it that I was using to keep the metal cooler, because the next problem, and it's a major problem, is up on the roof. There's the next major problem. You can see I've got this old vent. Check out the horns. Pretty cool, huh? You can see I've got this old vent. Filled up with boat goop. Pretty good. Because it was all rusted all the way around. And so this was the quick fix. But I really doubt that this could handle going down the road. Probably just 400 or 500 miles, and the sheet metal will break away. Because it was very weak. If you just leaned on it, can't see the sun's in my screen. If you just lean on it between the horn and the vent there, the metal will actually buckle. So what I have to do is I have to come up with something. I thought about welding. A buddy of mine could do this welding job no problem. He can do any welding job no problem. But I think I've come up with a better idea. Because to weld, welding can introduce more rust. Plus the metal is so thin, especially on the roof. If I clean the paint off, so you just have clean metal to weld, I'd also be taking a little bit of metal away, which wouldn't be good. And I think it would be just a matter of a few years before rust started taking those welds away. Even with seam sealer, I don't think it would be long at all. But I would say in about a few weeks, start to get showers around here again. And so I need to try and get something more solid together for this situation to save my roof. So I've come up with an idea. I'll go back down. I'll show you what that idea is. Oh, I'm stuck. Gotta be careful getting down here. Alright, touchdown. So, which brings us back to the old parts cart that a neighbor gave me a while back. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this apart and I'm going to build a mock AC unit that will straddle that vent and basically enclose it all in. And even though this metal is thin, it's pretty strong. So I'm going to, and then that should do it. So I've been studying this cart pretty well, and I've done a bunch of measuring, and it'll work. It'll be big enough. So I'm going to take the two trays and take it all apart and take the two trays and I'm going to put them together, and I'm going to make a box to start with, or like a big drawer that will straddle that vent. So I've got some ideas. So what I'll do is I'll get started with that. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave these corners on here. It might be some good extra strength to for the corners. See, that corner over there is a little bit bent. Alright, so that's the plan, guys. So I'll get started with this. And then once I get the pieces cut out, then I'll make another video showing you guys the plan and how it's going to go together. But it should look pretty cool up there. It'll connect all the sheet metal back together all the way around the vent up there and give it some strength. So, hell, you could probably even stand on it and it wouldn't buckle. But I wouldn't do that anyway. There's a girl that works over at a truck wash around here, and And she gets up on the roofs of the trucks and does all the polishing up there, you know. I thought to myself, if she got up on the roof of my truck, it would just cave in. So there you go, guys. That's the next important thing. We've done well on the pan. Very happy with that. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys or talk about is there's an underlying color with this truck. See how the old bumper there is green? So the bumper is green, the engine is green, and then the stripes on the side used to be green. But I painted them blue because when I went down to have a front cover made up, all I had was the blue. So I thought it would look better just all blue. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some green back into the color mix. So it'll be blue and white cab with a touch of green here and there. So this Mach AC unit will, I'll probably paint that green. I've got some good ideas for that. You can see how the side of the pan looks a little bit closer to the engine pipe now as far as color. And so I put some of that aluminum paint on the sides of the pan. And I'm much happier with that. All right, very good, guys. I'll see you then.